Letters of John Nelson Darby, Volume 1, Letter 325E, of 1031. p. 537, F. G. Brown, Beloved Brother, you must not get discouraged because it does not go on as fast at Boston as you would wish. What is solid, it has never been much worked, and God has His own time. I should be glad if you had someone who could take the tract shop, and set you free when you wish to visit anywhere, but though it has not show, it is very useful, and the truth is considerably disseminated by it. I should have been glad myself to have worked more at B, but the Lord, who is wise, ordered it otherwise. I believe perseverance is your path of faith now, and be assured we are not weary of anything we can do to help, if you are not. You have a full place in our hearts. I feel that I in particular am your debtor for a great deal of kindness. You may say I never expect a tract depot to pay amongst us. Indeed, it hardly ever does without adjuncts, and readers of our books are not many in the States yet. I should think twice before I made a shop of it too, as it stands at present it is service. Selling Bibles, if practicable, is another thing. Hitherto in infirmity and weakness the brethren have been a testimony, and are more and more publicly so. I do not expect this to be popular, especially in these last days. Conversions may accompany it, and have, thank God, in many cases, as lately in Canada. But when it was not from the testimony and with it, the preaching left them in the world and in system. The Lord is over all, our part is to be faithful. Blessing is going on in these parts. There is in the West too a movement from the feeling of the state of so-called churches, but they do not break bread for fear of meeting the difficulties of doctrine and discipline, but it does not, I hear, work, though there are devoted ones. They would avoid evident evil, and have work, but they shrink from believing the Lord sufficient to maintain a testimony. Here I do think the Lord has been most gracious to brethren. I admit the difficulty, but I hold the Lord sufficient, and, if we hold fast the truth and good in the real bonds of Christ, He will use it for what is dear to His heart, little strength, but holding fast His word, and His name, content with His approbation. That is what I look to, then surely all the activity to win poor souls one can have, and He sets an open door. It is striking, generally crossing the Atlantic I have been led out, and had many occasions. This time not so, I have just confessed Christ, and spoken to one or two, but have not felt led out at all, yet very happy. Perhaps from excessive work in London, etc., the Lord meant me to have a retreat and be quiet. I sit, read, write and say nothing to anybody, instead of getting amongst most. Around me at table they are Spaniards, and I do not know Spanish, but that is not all. In London, England, etc., I felt the Lord greatly with me, and there is an evident work going on, a great desire, and in men particularly, to hear, and many young men, and not novelty, as of course I have been often there, and it is, I hear, general. Just arrived at Demerara safe, through mercy. I found more opportunity than when I wrote this of speaking to some, and it was understood that I was to be taken on that ground if talked with, which makes it always easy, and I was encouraged with some, but I had less intercourse than often with all around, but read a good deal in spite of heat, which was a hindrance to any application. Affectionately yours ever. Demerara, 1868. 51325E.